Welcome to How Preschool Teachers Do It.
I'm Cindy.
I'm Alison.
And we have a combined 55 years of experience working with children, families, and experts in early education.
We are not random influencers.
No, we are not. Whether you are new or have been our podcast peeps since 2018, we are thrilled you found us. Welcome back, preschool peeps.
Hi, peeps.
I'm laughing because if you were with us for the last episode, and if you weren't, go back. But if you were with us for the last episode, we started a little confused because we usually get an announcement when we're recording and we didn't get it. But this time we did.
We got it, so now we know we're on. Because in the beginning of that last episode, I'm like, I hope it's actually recording.
I know, I was a little nervous, but it showed that it was recording. Okay.
We're good.
We're good, but we're especially good now because now we got the announcement letting us know that we are being recorded.
Yes. Now that we're used to that lady. There was a time where we weren't used to it, and every time she would come on, I would be startled. And like, I think there's like 30 episodes of me being like, oh my God.
Yeah, maybe.
I think so. Yeah.
Those of you who have binged us.
You'll see the progression.
I see you out there, the people who contact us and say, I'm binging your podcast, or tell me that when they meet me. Yeah. So if you've binged us, you're probably laughing right now. It's true. We were startled for a while there, but we're okay now. Yeah. And we're so okay that we did look up our stats to see who is listening around the world and around the country.
Yes.
That country being the United States, where we are. So go ahead.
All right. Today we are shouting out the people of Metro Manila in the Philippines.
Hello, people in the Philippines. We're so glad that you found us. Tell everybody. Tell your friends and neighbors.
We are also shouting out a state we have never shouted out before.
I find that impossible. I bet you we did in much earlier episodes when we used to do the shout outs.
Yeah, before we started really
documenting.
That is the word. Okay.
Yeah.
So today we are shouting out Rhode Island, the entire state. Okay.
It's a small state.
It is a small state. You're going to drive across it in like less than a half hour?
No, a little longer.
Maybe.
I
don't know, but it's
well, it
small.
Depends which way you're going.
Oh, that's true. It depends on which way you're going.
Are you going like across or lengthwise?
I think if you're going across, it's like less than a half hour.
Maybe, yeah.
So, yeah.
But
there's beautiful things there.
Oh my goodness. Oh my God. I love Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And I've been to several places there. I've enjoyed my time in Providence.
Yeah, Providence is beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful city. And I also have done the touristy thing and gone to Newport.
Yes. You like your touristy things.
I love my touristy things. I don't just like them.
You love them.
I love them. And I have been to Newport a few times.
Yes.
And toured the Gilded Age mansions there.
Yes.
And if you're a fan of the Gilded Age, you should if you've never been there, put Newport, Rhode Island on your bucket list of places to go. Yeah. They actually they do film the Gilded Age, some of the scenes there. And when you go now, they have posters up in the rooms where they filmed cool. particular scenes so you can see it. And it's really very cool.
Yeah.
It also is just a super interesting place.
Yeah.
And beautiful, right on the water.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So if you're in Newport right now, love you. Love your place. I'll be back, I'm sure. Great shopping there too. Great shopping.
I feel like we should do like a tour of like all these places and be like, hi, we shouted you out in this episode. Now we're here.
You know what I should do? People are waiting for this episode to start. Did you know what I should do? So I am going to a couple of places in coming weeks.
Yes.
And what I should do is do like an Instagram live. No, well, Facebook it would be for the podcast. I can do an Instagram or Facebook live from where I am.
We should do that.
Maybe I'll do that.
Yeah.
All right, let's start doing that.
We'll start doing that.
So on Instagram, I have an Instagram. It's at Cindy Tarabush.
Yeah, mine is at Alison Joy 79 because it's just my personal one. I don't have a professional.
No, I have a professional one. My professional one is at Cindy Tarabush.
You'll see a whole bunch of stuff about my dog there.
And then we can go live there, and it would share to my Facebook page, which is also Cindy Tarabush.
Yeah.
We're gonna work this out, people.
We will figure it out. We're gonna.
But let's get to the topic.
But I think we should do like a little.
We should do
like
lives.
That'd be fun. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's get to the topic though, because the people are like, "Why are they doing a behind the scenes during the scene?"
We should just do it behind the scenes, but okay.
But it's sort of related to what we're going to talk about.
I believe this is true.
It's about experiences, and this episode is about the experiences that children have with you. And the fact that no two children experience things in the same exact way.
Yes.
And that's important to remember because we kind of expect children to react the same ways.
Yes.
And they're not going to.
They're not going to.
Because they don't experience anything in the same way. Everybody comes to us with their own bag, and that bag has experiences, culture.
I feel like your emotional reactions are different.
Your temperament. That's their temperament.
Yeah, your personality, your did we say culture?
Yes, culture, your temperament, which is basically your inborn personality.
Yes.
The life circumstances you've experienced, your family context, your values, the values of your family your values come from your family, so it's your family values. All of these things, their economic status at home, which then therefore dictates how they've experienced things. So that no two children are seeing you, whoever you work with, your classroom, the objects in it. No two children are seeing this the same way.
Right.
Which is, when you think about it, what do you have? You can have 8, 10, 15, 20, 25 children in your classes, all seeing things differently. So I might have an interaction with one child, and that interaction goes really well. And I might go to have that same interaction with another child, and it flops.
Yep.
Not uncommon.
I find this in small groups a lot.
I have to put a little air on in here. Sorry, folks.
That's fine.
I'm leaning back on the YouTube.
We're old and we need that. I feel like this with small groups, right? When you have small groups and you're working with like 4, 5, 3-year-olds, and you expect them all to just get it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I'm teaching it and you're here and you're all at the same table and we're in the same class. That's not how it's going down in their heads.
No.
Okay? And so then you do this small group and you're like, okay, cool, they got it. Boom, let's move on. And you're like, realize later, like, wait, no, some of them didn't absorb that information the way the other children did. And I think that's where I see some issues, because you're planning these lessons, these little small groups, thinking, everybody's going to have the same time, the same experience. And they're not.
They're not. They're not having the same experience. They're not interpreting it the same way.
Right. They're not absorbing the information necessarily the same way, because cognitively they're all different. Like,
why do you think there's this expectation that they're so all the same?
I don't know. Like, I work in a public school where they want everybody to be like conforming, right? And I think we grew up that way too. Yeah. That's the way we were expected to all act the same, and like you're just there and you're supposed to be seen and not heard kind of thing. Like, you're supposed to all be in line. You're supposed to all be like this. And now we're teaching these little people, these little children, that maybe we kind of just assume, like, it's school, they're supposed to all be the same. But it's not. It's like, I even think of, like, in your family, your siblings could, like, even though you all had the same parents,
you're all different.
My siblings are totally different. So, like, and we had the same environment, the same parenting.
No,
so,
it's like, because, no, you didn't. No.
But we didn't.
You didn't, because as a parent, we think we're treating our children the same way, but you can't, because they each have their own personality and temperament. So you can't, it is impossible to treat two human beings in exactly the same way. Because there's a speaker, his name is David Retinue. He has a TED Talk on YouTube. He's a parenting expert. Okay. And he talks about how, just like mountains, human beings create the weather around ourselves. And we create the weather around ourselves based on our own temperaments and experiences and personalities. And so we are being who we are, and people are reacting to us. We create the weather. Right. And the children also do. Now, in a classroom, I do create the weather around me. So do the children. But I need to meet them where they are. So I have to recognize that not every child needs the same thing. I also, I get statements from people sometimes that, you may be thinking, well, we don't expect them all to be the same. Here's the sort of statements I've heard. I've said to people, describe 2-year-olds to me, and they go, oh my gosh, they're all so funny and fun and carefree and independent. That's not true.
That's not true. I find this with children who have, say, maybe more anxiety than other children, Why can't they just be like everybody else? How come it's taking them this long to get used to school when they've never been in school before in their whole lives, right? Like, and these
look at little Susie.
Yeah.
Look at little Susie. She's coping just fine.
She's fine. You should be fine too. You've been in school for 3 months. You should be over this by now, right? Like that kind of stuff. I think you hear a lot when it comes to like emotions, anxiety. Like you shouldn't be sad about that. Nobody else is. Look, everybody else is having a good time, but you're not.
You know,
I think there's a lot of like judgy things when it comes to like emotions with kids. Like you expect them like, okay, we've been doing this for how long? You should have gotten it together by now.
When you say to people, what are early learners like? What are young children like? They say they're curious and independent and fun and funny. I rarely get someone who says sometimes they're a little withdrawn and shy and quiet.
Yeah.
That's really rare. We have an image in our heads of what young children should be like.
Yes.
And I think it's also partially because we just have this idea of what young children should be like. When people say, most 2-year-olds, or they go, all 2-year-olds are just so precarious and fun and funny. No, that's what your expectation is.
Yeah, or maybe your child is like that, and you're
Right.
assuming they're all like that, and
But they're not necessarily going to all be like that. So I think one of the first things we have to do, if we're going to talk strategy, one of the first things we have to do is let go of our
preconceived.
There you go. That's what I'm looking for. Let go of our preconceived ideas about who these children are. Let go of the adjectives. Let the adjectives just float away.
Right.
And take each individual as they are. In order to do that, though, we have to get to know each child as deeply as possible.
Right. You got to form a relationship with these guys.
So we are going to observe them.
Yes.
To figure out how do you, not only, people say to me, oh, I always observe the children to see what they're interested in and what their skill level is. We also need to observe them to see how they react to different situations and different people. You're looking for these reactions so that you know how to approach situations with them. Right? So it's partially through observation. Also, you must partner with their families.
Yeah.
Please find out what they're like at home, which can be very different than how they're behaving in school. So, I've had the experience where I go to a family and I say, your child sits back a little, watches other children do things first, is sometimes cautious. So, we allow for the caution, of course, and then we will offer invitations to come in. And the parents have looked at me and said, are you kidding me? Because this child is like a bull in a china shop at home. And when I take him to the library, I have to hold him because he runs from me. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
So we have to find out what is happening at home, because we don't necessarily have to have the same thing happen in our program, but I need to know the whole scope of the child's personality.
Yeah.
Right? We need to do a lot of talking with them, even before they're too young to talk back.
Right.
We have to see how they react to that. So lots of talking with them and lots of asking them questions. And we do need to devote one-to-one time with children.
Yes.
Even if it's you just go over for a few minutes.
A few minutes is all it really takes sometimes.
Yes.
Right? You
Absolutely.
just need, I feel like you need to go to every single one of them every single day for just a few minutes, and that's sometimes all they need.
And to remember, they're all reacting differently to the environment.
Yes.
What works for one child does not necessarily work for another child. What one child's personality is not necessarily the other. And I think we all have had this experience. I am not going to be every child's favorite adult.
True. Right?
Some of them.
Yeah, some.
Some.
Yeah.
And the other ones can go and be with the person they prefer if they would like.
That's okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I have to remember that for adults too. I don't have to be everybody's cup of tea.
Yes. Yes.
I like when I'm everybody's cup of tea.
But it doesn't always work out that way, and that's okay.
It's so hard, even professionally, for me to remember, when you do what I do for a living, I sometimes have to remind myself, not every college student has to love me. Not every professional development student or professional who's come for professional development has to love me.
Right.
I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Right.
That's so hard, isn't it?
It's really hard. It is.
And sometimes adults, when it's children, sometimes adults feel a little insulted when they're not the favorite. It's kind of daunting.
Yeah.
All right, folks, we hope you'll go and ponder this and take a even more careful look at how the children are reacting so that you know how to approach.
Yes.
Because their reactions tell us the best approach to them.
Yes.
And we will catch you next time on the podcast when we have 2 more places to shout out and another topic. Yeah. A topic that I'm really looking forward to recording.
Yeah. It's
all right.
Gonna be a good one.
All right. Catch you next time.
Bye, peeps.